Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back in another Fortnite video. And in today's video, I want to give you guys my best 3 tips that you guys can use to improve your shotgun aim here in Fortnite. Just because improving your shotgun aim is extremely important if you guys are looking to win a lot more games, and of course win a lot more gunfights. Just because the majority of gunfights that you have are going to be close range fights, you definitely want to make sure you have the best shotgun aim that you possibly can. So definitely stay to the end of the video if you guys are looking to improve your shotgun aim here in Fortnite. And real quick, before I get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. I give away 2,000 V-Bucks every single Friday. So if you guys would like to participate in the next giveaway and win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you guys get notified for every single new upload and when I announce the winners every Friday. And lastly, make sure you guys put down your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account down in the comment section below, and you guys will be automatically entered into the giveaway. If you guys would like to support them in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go down to the bottom right, click on support a creator, type in my creator code, which is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. And lastly, I'm super excited to announce my new merch. You guys can find it in the link in the description or the pinned comment if you guys are interested. Definitely get a long sleeve t-shirt or a hoodie if you guys like it. And with that being said, let's get right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I want to be sharing with you guys 3 tips that you guys can use to improve your shotgun aim here in Fortnite. So going into the first tip that you guys can use, and honestly one of the best things you can do to help improve your shotgun aim, and that is going to be using your left analog stick to help you aim, and as well leaning into your shot. Because one of the biggest things that you can do to help improve your aim is just going to be leaning into the shot that you're going to take. Because one of the things that can happen is, say for example, you want to shoot at a guy who's maybe around a corner, maybe just go for an edit. A lot of the times, if you feel like you're going to get shot by the other player, you might decide to, lean the other way. So maybe if the guy's on your right, you lean to the left here, which is exactly what you don't want to do. You don't want to, run in the other direction in which you're going to shoot, and you don't want to stand still when you're shooting. Otherwise, it's going to be harder to line up your shot and it'd be very accurate. So that's why every single time you want to go for a shotgun shot, you always want to lean in the direction of which the other player is. It is going to help you be a lot more accurate and hit way more shots, because if you go in the other direction, it's just going to be a lot more difficult. And even if you are able to hit a shot, if you go in the opposite direction of where the other player is standing, it's going to create more distance, which means it's going to be a lot harder to line up your shot. And even if you do, you're going to be hitting for substantially less damage. And same thing can be true when you're going for edits. You always want to finish your edit off where the other player is standing. It's kind of good crosshair placement as well, but it's all about just leaning in the direction of the other player. It's going to help you line up the shot, and as well as going to allow you to hit a lot more higher damage shots, because that can be a common problem that people have, which is going to be not hitting for high damage shots. And doing this could be one simple and easy fix to help you hit for more damage. Just leaning into the other player and utilizing your left analog stick more in gunfights. I feel like it's a underutilized thing, or even if you maybe do it, it's just one of the things you don't notice. So always make sure you're leaning in the direction of the other player and you're not kind of like fading back by any means. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot harder to line up your shot. So that's the first thing you guys want to do. So going into the second thing that you guys want to do that's going to help you hit a lot more shotgun shots in this game. So what you don't want to do is, I see a lot of players, what they have problems with is going to be panicking. And if you panic, just as you saw before, you're going to be shooting all over the place. So you want to make sure you don't panic in gunfights and you don't rush your shots if you don't have to, because that could be one of a big mistake that players make that can cost them a lot of games, just maybe rushing their shot, or maybe even just panicking a little bit and just going for a shot that's not even close to being on target. So the number one way to stop panicking in gunfights, so if you're the type of player who maybe panics from time to time, the best way to not panic as much is going to be improving your mechanics, because a lot of times what happens is we know what causes you to panic is maybe you're going against a player who you think is a better player than you. Maybe they're just you can just tell if they're a sweat. But if you improve your mechanics and you become the best player that you can, it's going to help you not to panic as much. Because say for example, you're going against a player who you are substantially better than, you're not going to be panic as much as, say, for example, you go up against a much sweatier player. So in order to not panic as much, you just have to improve your mechanics to the point where you feel a lot more confident in gunfights, where you're not going to be panicking and you know you're going to be hitting your shots and you know you're not going to be messing up the edits that you go for. So there not really is an easy fix, but improving mechanics is going to be a really great way to do it. So improving your building and also your editing is going to be the way to go. That's going to help you not panic as much in gunfights, which is going to allow you to hit a lot more shots and just be a much better player overall. Now, as far as my recommendations for the best way to improve your mechanics, there's a lot of things you can do. I prefer just to learn new high ground retakes. That helps me out tremendously when it comes to building, editing, and also just my movement overall. So that's what I like to practice. Some of you guys might like practicing in box fights. That's a really good way as well. Or some of you guys maybe like some other things in the game, but I prefer just to learn as many new high ground retakes as possible. It helps me really prove my building, editing, and also movement, and that's what I would recommend for you guys to work on if you just don't really know how to improve your mechanics. That's probably the first place that I would start. And so going into the third thing that you guys want to do that's going to substantially improve your shotgun aim in this game, you never want to challenge from the left hand side. Now, there is a little bit of leeway when it comes to this, because say for example you're going against a maybe average player, maybe below average player, a lot of times their reaction time is going to be a lot slower, versus if you go against a sweat, as you can see here, it's basically going to be impossible to line up your shot on the other player if you're coming from a left hand side. The other player who's on the right side is 100% of the time going to be able to get a shot off on you, and they're basically, you know, they're going to be almost impossible to hit unless you just get a really lucky prediction and you just happen to hit them right as they come out. But that is one of the things that's going to be really important. If you are going against really good players, you always want to challenge from that right side. You just never want to challenge from the left side. Now, that doesn't even have to be just around walls. That could be maybe when you're in a build fight, maybe someone's building up next to you. You always want to try to give yourself that right-hand advantage no matter what. So when you're going around walls, when you're building, and also when you're editing as well, that's super important to keep in mind, is you always want to give yourself the best possible angle on the other player, because you could probably have good aim, but the one thing that's messing you up is you're maybe just challenging from bad angles. You're just not giving yourself a good shot on the other player, and just that alone can cause you to miss way more shots than you should. So even if you improve your aim drastically, if you're just challenging constantly from bad angles, you're just going to notice you're going to be missing a lot more shots than you should. You're more than likely going to be hitting for less damage. You're going to be hitting those 30 and maybe 20 damage shots, and you're just going to be losing a lot more gunfights than necessary. So always making sure that when you're editing, always trying to edit going off of that right hand side. So when you're editing off walls, when you're editing just whatever structure, when you're building, when you're running around corners, always just have a conscious effort to always go from a side or from an angle that's going to give you an advantage against that player. And that's going to be one of the number one things you guys can do to improve your aim right away. Because just for an example, say you have a friend that has accuracy that's 30% better, say they're 30% better at aiming than you. I guarantee you, if you were to box fight that player, and the only place that they could challenge was off the left hand side, and then for yourself, you always challenge that right hand side, so you always had the better angle, I guarantee you would probably be hitting substantially more shots, and you would beat that player in a box fight 9 out of 10 times, even if they have much better aim than you. Just giving yourself a better angle is just going to be one of the number one things you can do to improve your aim. You're going to be hitting way more shots and higher damage shots as well. But with that being said, that's wrap up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you found this video very helpful, make sure you guys do drop a like. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Hit that notification bell so you guys get notified for every single new upload. And as well, I do live stream every single day on this channel at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys do hit that notification bell so you guys will get a notification for when I go live on this channel. But with that being said, I really appreciate you guys watching the video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.